So we are going to be going to mount some side control. We're going to do a head and arm choke. And we're going to do bridge escape. You know what I mean? And it just happened to work out. We have an even number, so that's a good thing. Yes. All right. So while Brody's getting dressed, one of the things that we have to take care of is making sure everybody understands what side control is, right? Bring up the Brody's plate. So I know we get started. So raise your hand if you know what side control is. Okay. I'm going to pick on you for a second. Side control, all right? If I'm going to be top side control and I'm facing my opponent here, where do my knees be?
One at the hip and one at the shoulder.
Okay, good. I'm hoping that we're going with the natural orientation rather than me crossing my legs at this point.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
that'd be a little silly.
Okay, good. Now, this arm goes where?
Hold on. Under him,
Under where?
under the side
You
of
said
his neck.
underwear.
Under his head, right?
Yeah.
I get under his head. I'm not gonna crush you.
Not worried about that.
Under the head, right? Where does this one go?
Seat held over him, kind of. Clasp
Here?
your hand on over him.
Here?
No, like under him.
Oh, okay. So I gotta go under the arm.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then what about my chest?
Face down. Put your
Okay.
face into his.
But do I want it up here?
No, into his boob, I said.
So,
Chest. Chest.
so I want to be sternum to sternum.
Sternum.
Okay, sternum to sternum. Center of my chest, center of his chest.
Yep.
Okay? And then we just want to be heavy. We let gravity do the work. We don't spend a whole lot of energy trying to crush and pull. Let gravity do the work. Okay? If you want to apply more pressure, then we'll get into that later. But right now, knee at the shoulder, knee at the head. Okay? Under the head, under the arm, gable grip. Brody, gable grip, where are my thumbs oriented?
You're covering, you tuck and then you cover one thumb.
Perfect. Guys, I don't want to see you guys doing this crap, okay? Right? This is not cheer me on, right? I ain't paint shit up. Your thumbs are gonna get busted up like that. And then you'll be sad. And you won't be training, right? And then you'll have to be like all the other animals on the face of the planet and you won't have problems. You won't be able to pick shit up like that. Well, Raven might be, he's got monkey face.
Okay.
Person on the bottom, right? Perfect. The person on the bottom, if we're gonna do the standard frame setup, where is the arm that's closest to your opponent? How is that gonna be oriented?
On his hip.
On the hip. Now we're putting a hand on the hip, we're gonna form on the hip. Forearm, perfect. Okay, great. So he's gonna have his forearm on my hip. What about the far arm?
Up is up here on the shoulder, the forearm across the back.
So we want to have, now, when you say cup the shoulder, please describe to me where the hand is going to be at on the shoulder. So we're not actually grabbing the pocket of the shoulder, we're up over the top, right? Yes? Perfect. Here's a trap that a lot of people fall into with side control, right? And I know I'm breaking this down really simple, guys, but this is a very common thing that I see all the time. Not just here, but at other schools, right? People will take this hand and frame on the hip, right? And while that may sound strong, what happens is your elbow is on the mat right here. All I have to do is drive that to your body, now it's trapped, and then I turn my hip to the mat, and now you get wrist lock, where your fingertips come back to your forearm. Now, does that seem like a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing.
That's a very, very bad thing.
No fun.
Now, when we attack his shoulder, right? I saw this on Sunday, right? Hand goes right to the pocket of the shoulder. I'm strong boy. And that's great. You can do a lot of pushing from here, right? The problem is this. You're pushing, I trap your elbow, reach over, and pull it in. And what happens? The same wrist lock, right? Again, very, very bad thing. So we always want to use our forearms in these positions to protect our wrists. Whether it's an on-purpose wrist lock or an accidental wrist lock. You don't want to have it happen to you. How many of us work during the day? How many of us work at night? Can you effectively do your job with one arm? Effectively.
I could.
Yeah.
Effectively?
I cannot.
Yeah.
Well, you could, because you drive around and yell at people.
I mean,
You not so much.
it would mess me up if it was my right hand and I'd have to learn how to count
Okay.
with my left hand.
Could you effectively do your job with your dominant hand in a sling? No.
Not really.
Okay. So we want to make sure that we can continue to do our jobs or live our lives without being broken, right? So to do that, forearms on those frames. Okay? Now, our legs are not just here being all loosey-goosey doing nothing, right? He's going to have the insole of his foot on the inside of his knee. With this knee, he's going to orient his hips to where his knee goes into my hip socket. Okay? This is to slow us down from doing exactly what we're going to do today. Why is the insole of his foot on the inside of his knee?
To frame against your knee sliding over.
Close. If he crosses his feet, right,
Oh,
where he's on top, and I push, right, keep this strong. I push, am I really removing this frame? Not really. It's still here. If he's based here, right, I push, he's strong, I push, 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 push. But, now we're here, this is still in place, right? I go here, I start collapsing, collapsing, collapsing. You need to be strong here, but eventually, I'm going to get this all the way over. Now there's nothing stopping me from going across, right? So we keep this triangle frame in place, so even if I push this over, right, even if I get this here, he still has a little bit of blockade there. Okay? Make sense? Great. So, first technique, I'm inside of control. First thing I have to do, I'm going to break my grip, but I'm not just going to be loosey-goosey with my grip here. If I break my grip and don't control him, he will shrimp away and run. Old, fat, and slow, don't want to do it more than once. This hand is going to reach under the shoulder and grab the armpit and pull to me, right? This is also going to allow me to misalign his neck as I push in with my shoulder. This hand is going to come back and grab the outside of the knee. I'm going to push it across. Then I'm going to keep pressure. Knee comes up to the center. I drive it straight down. Windshield wiper into mount. Okay?
What did you say the last position was called?
Mount. Okay? You see it again?
Okay.
Give it your training partner? Yes. One more time? Yeah. Where? Okay. So grip. I want to push across. You leave it open, right? You keep a good grip here. Middle, drive straight across, windshield wiper. No. Yes,
These are the frame. You try to get behind the knee, push it over, or you want to just pull?
just grab the knee, push it. Okay. Don't try to hook it or anything like that. If I hook here, right, I'm closing off space. Right? I want to go that way. Okay? Especially with his legs. All right, get paired up. Let's work it. On 2 on 2. Then, number.
I'm looking out for my brother.
I understand. Right now, we're doing this number. We can let them go shit at the house. Okay? Not yet.
That's gotta go for you.
Because you'll drive straight to that.
That's a sling.
Drive it straight down. Yes. Not go, just go. And then sit. Huh? Yeah, you right something. Yes.
That's a bad habit, no?
Well, they need it there. They're coming down.
It's a bad habit. I used to never do that, so if I want people to give them out on me.
I am.
Again?
Of course. Guys, once you get put into where you're about a mount, get yourself set back up, right? Straighten yourself back to the ceiling. One leg up, one leg down. T-Rex arms. Don't leave anything out there.
Should I lean? Should I lean back in the legs? Push back so that's not on the chest or back. Shove you off.
What's it, chest to chest? That armpit, right, your shoulder adjustments, right? When you reach back, run your shoulder to chest in, create space to get your knee up. Okay? But do not lift your chest up.
I worry that I'm ending up too high up and I'll get fucked off.
Where? When you get to mount?
When I get to mount, then I end up.
When you get to mount, no, when you drive across, you should be sitting right above the hip line. Yep.
Did you grab it on my sleeve?
I'm happy.
I wasn't very much.
I feel
I'm in the part of that.
there's a lot of slack on you, bro. Right?
Don't lean too far back. Lean far back.
As long as you don't get made out of jump, too far forward.
I'm not keeping out.
Disrespecting my legs' ability to catch you.
Yeah, I know. Raise your chin.
I'm not on.
All right, stop for a second. Just go aside. Now, see how you're wide open right here, Chris? I want this knee, I want you to turn your hips towards him a little bit. I want this knee. So now, if he tries to just go to mouse, you're blocking him, right? Yeah. Now, put your knee back where it was. Put him on. Oh, he doesn't do shit, right? You just gave it to him.
Yeah.
Okay?
Just pull. And Winston has got absolutely.
All right, guys, finish the rep that you're on. Griffin, I need to borrow you for something. All right. Back and to your feet. All right, let's talk about something real quick. Okay? So I'm here, I'm inside control, right? When I want to start executing this movement, I need to make sure that I'm chest to chest, I've got a grip, right? When I go to move this knee, right, I don't want to do this. Because why? I've lost all connection. I no longer have control. So all I want to do is I want to increase my pressure with my shoulder, increase my pressure with my chest, reach back, grab a hold of the fabric. I do it on grabbing hair or flesh, because that's me, right? And we're going to drive down and away, okay? I'm not going straight across, because this movement here, I'm not that strong, right? I'll be here, or if I have to C-plant it on no knee, I'm grabbing the kneecap itself, and I'm applying pressure to it, and it's not comfortable. Down and away. Then when I go to drive my knee up, I need to shift my weight to my shoulder side leg, increase my pressure in contact, knee to the hip, drive all the way across without giving any space. Okay? Does that make sense? I don't want to see lifting your leg to go across their legs. Because all they have to do is just lift this foot to the ceiling, and you're blocked. Worst case is if you get over here and they do this and they roll towards you, your ass is going backwards and now you're in bottom side control. So not only now have you expended that energy for nothing, you're in a much worse spot. Okay? So keep the space away, drive down and away with those knees. Don't bring them this way, don't go this way, go this way. Okay? Add that in on 2, 1, 2. And yes, if you want to practice both sides, practice both sides. That's just fine. There you go, big one space. Good. Good.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Shoulder of justice. See how you're pushing back on that? Right? Yeah. So when you get in there, and this will prevent him from doing it. But he's not going to give you this. Look, he's going to have to train you. But it's not. No, go ahead. Take the 2 middle fingers and put it right inside of his armpit, and then pull him to you. There you go. Drop the shoulder. Heavy here, heavy here. Okay? Now take the right arm and hold it. Snap it down and away. Into the roll. Now, pressure here. Bring that knee up across the midsection. Bring it straight down and across. Yes! Every time, just like that, okay? Your speed will increase by going slowly and getting those movements down quick, okay? Don't go fast right now, man. Go slow and be methodical, okay? Plus, at our size, it sucks even worse for them, okay? Heavy kids, your way.
Talking about that,
You're not doing that, right? Yeah, I don't want to right? Be here. This hand goes to me. I'm so good. You should rest your shoulder this point. Now, you get really. I mean, it's just push it, push it, goes. Good, good, good. Now, when you're doing that, just be careful but not push too late. Okay? Did you feel your body weight coming too far over? A little bit. Yes. This is actually something I need to bring here. All right, guys. Real quick. When we're going through this motion, right, we're driving our knee across the midsection and down to the mat. As we're going across, it's very easy for our center line, as we're making this transition, to go past their center line. What happens when we're no longer in alignment like that? When our weight comes too far over, what happens?
You get slammed.
You're light and you're easy to sweep. Okay? So that split second where you're coming across and it feels like, shit, I got to post, you're off center. It's okay to keep all of your body weight as you're moving it. You don't have to come up high and lift your chest and belly off of that. I want you to stay tight. And as you drive that knee across, turn your body to where you're directly on top of them. Okay? You'll really be able to feel where your weight is at that point and stop moving across and shore up your center before you get swept. Okay? Make sense? Couple more reps and we're going to go into the choke. On 2 on 2. You were too far over, right?
Well, how do I get that far over?
I want to keep your chest on.
Well, no, I was watching, and when you work chest to chest, your center of your chest was on the far side of the
Wait.
We're going.
It's on the chest, but the knees are positioned. It's like you're reaching too far back. And you're supposed to be so. There you go.
Push that good.
There you go.
Right then.
Right, straighten up, so as you bring that knee down, turn your body, turn your head towards this, okay, so go drag your knee across, in, shoulder.
Yes.
And pull the arm just like that. Yeah.
A millimeter of.
I can't even reach it back.
This is one of those things where if you're off by an inch, you're going for a run. That's jiu-jitsu, it's a game of inches. Cam, yesterday at the seminar, right? Did he bake your noodle with that whole hip movement? Just
Yeah.
1 inch? All he did was move his hips 1 inch. And now your balance is gone, right? This is the same kind of thing. If you're over that center line by 1 inch, you're getting swept.
It's a shit.
Want some and stuff?
Yep.
Automatically knowing it over.
Yep.
If when I come down like this, you're framed. I guess it would just be pulling. I'm worried about this knee getting out from under the shoulder because then he can build leverage and push out.
If you have a hold of that rack under the arm, curl it to you. Keep that grip. He's not gonna turn his shoulder in. Because you're grounding the far side shoulder.
On summer break?
That's why you take these fingers and you hook and you pull it. Why don't you grab his knees? Right? Grab and hold, right? When you smash that knee across, so you pick up punch, right? Oh, if his arm, hey guys, time. Let's talk about something real quick. This is a base side control thing, right? So I've got somebody in side control, right? And I'm being heavy. And he's really starting to think this sucks. And he starts forcing that forearm into my neck. Whose fault is it if I get choked?
Young.
Mine. I'm on top. I'm in control, right? So if I start feeling pressure across my neck, but I don't want to give up any of the pressure I've got on my opponent, what's something that I could do?
Rotate your head, get your chin on the frame.
I look to his hips, tuck my chin, and use my jaw to start pushing back against his forearm. That takes the pressure off of my throat and allows me to continue to smash and torture. Right? Because let's be honest, that's what we're doing here. We're applying a shit ton of pressure to make them allow us to do what we want to do. Okay? A grown-ass human being is not going to let you go from here, where you're not really a threat, to sitting across their midsection, where you're a big fucking threat. They're not just going to let you do it. You have to impose your will. Right? How do we do that? We take away their ability to stop us. We take away their options, so they only have 1 or 2 things they can do. We already know what they are, so we've already counted them before we begin, right? If I'm in here, and I've got my grips, and I'm being heavy, and I want to go to mount, the first thing I do is immobilize the far shoulder. Knowing that by letting go of my grips, I no longer have control of the far side. I take these fingers, I hook the lat, and I pull that shoulder to the neck. He can no longer rotate away from me because I've grounded the far shoulder, right? Secondly, we have to contend with the hips. If we let go of pressure on the hips, they can start wiggling and shrinking, and eventually we lose our grip, right? So we take away hip movement by pushing that knee down and away, turning their hips away from us, and immobilizing their ability to shrimp away, right? Their only option from there is to try and turn away from us, which does what?
Get the back.
Gives us the back, which is even better, right? So if the customer wants to give me the back, I'll fucking take it. But if they're a smart grappler, they're not going to do that. They will react predictably every single time. And that is going to be, okay, fuck it, I'll give up the mount because I can escape easier from that than I can from back control. Right? The lesser of the two evils is mount. As much as it sounds like it sucks. It's the lesser of the two evils. So any grappler in existence, outside of maybe me, is going to give up mount before they give it the back. I'll let you take my back, I don't give a shit. Right? Go back to last week's lesson, you'll understand. Right? So, or 2 weeks ago. So, we limit what they can do so we can predict what's going to happen and we counter it before it even happens. Right? Immobilize the shoulder, immobilize the hips. Then we can do what we want. Right? We just have to be aware of what we're doing and not go and put our body weight too far back. You have to couple that, though, with applying pressure. Right? Again, it sounds like hoodoo when I say, oh, it only works when you apply pressure. Well, it's the truth. Right? Jiu-jitsu is about forcing people to do shit they don't want to do. Outside of holding a gun to their head, you do this by inflicting pressure and pain. You give them an out by allowing you to do something else. Right? Then you put a checkmate and choke them out, break an arm, break a leg, whatever. Right? Make sense? But to get where we want to be, we have to limit what they can do and apply enough pressure for them to say, fuck it, go ahead. Otherwise, you're in a stalemate and you're always going to be back and forth. Make sense? Great. Very good. So now we're in mount. So we're in mount now. And while there's all kinds of fun shit that I can do from mount, I will not hold mount for very long. I want to torture you just enough to make you give it the back so I can take it back and choke you out. Personally, in my weight class, mount is not really a thing. It's too easy to get bounced off, right? Exactly. I'm a girthy fella. It's hard to get your knees on the mat. I can bounce you around easy. But from here, one of the things that I will do is go for a head and arm choke. Because most people, when they start to panic from all the pressure that I'm going to put on, they're going to extend an arm. Now, if they extend an arm, that's okay for me. And you're thinking, oh, arm bar. I'm too fat old and slow to try to swing an arm bar out of this shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, thank you. I'm going to pull this arm over here. And then I'm going to put my head on the mat right behind the shoulder. Oh, looky there. Boom. Right? Put my ear to the tricep. I'm going to scoop his head up and reach my arm under. So I want to be elbow deep on his neck, pushing his shoulder into the side of his neck. My bicep is on the other. I can gable grip, and then just touch my head to the mat. The head and arm choke. You can finish them up. Or, if they're thick-ass neck like me, we're going to take the arm. We're going to come down, head down the mat. Oh. Pump the head, elbow deep, get the grip, and then I'm going to take his feet out, over the side. Okay? This is a blood choke. My bicep cuts off one carotid. This shoulder cuts off the other carotid. And we just walk our body away to get the pressure, and they go to sleep. First one again. Yep, thank you. Here. Oh, thank you. We're just going to trap and push so we can't bring it back. Head straight down. Oh. Up the head. Breathe under. Gable grip. And drive our weight in. Just down to the mat. Touch your forehead to the mat, right? and then we're going to pinch our elbows together and squeeze. Okay? You ready to try it? 2 on 2. You will see many ways to do this type of choke. We're going to play with these two today. Good?
Oh, okay. I don't think I had my arm sunk in.
Here, right?
Wearing something knocking this hand. Will that come to be rocking me here?
Don't look at my eyes.
Put your ears, come on.
I want to keep that out.
Scoop his head up. That's almost Get your elbows together. Good.
Yeah, this one's made him. Why don't you give me one? The weight's not. I think the body
Please walk your body this way. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. No, when I say squeeze, look, when I say squeeze, I mean heat. Heat. Get your elbows together, right at your head. It looks like you're fucking still up there doing this. That's because you don't know it very well.
I don't think it's supposed to stop.
Yep, so you're gonna come. So here goes the press. Yep.
A little bit
Onto the mat.
deep, deep,
Right.
right?
As far as you can. Grip. Ready?
This is one I can always start with.
Slide your head down here. Try to hold mine here. Get your elbows together.
Had all the details down. Do it well.
All right, guys, time. Let's talk about something real quick. I know exactly what's wrong. So, with this choke, everybody take your forearm, put it on that front. Now, their neck is going to be like right here, right? So we're off to the side a little bit. Their neck is going to be right here. 9 times out of 10, the crook of your elbow is over carotid artery. What's the crook of your elbow? It's an angle, right? So if the angle is over the artery, are we applying pressure to it? No. So if you can feel like where their neck is and you're not making contact with your bicep, lock their head and shove your arm through there. Okay? Because you're not deep enough under their neck to block the carotid artery. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You want your bicep here. You don't want the corner of your elbow here. You want your bicep there. Shove that fucking thing all the way through. Okay? Try not to break your partner's neck, but you might have to use a little force to hit it. Okay? Make sense? All right, try it on 2 and 2. And hitting this from mount is not super simple. Most of the time, you have to leave mount and go to the side.
That might have been our issue.
All the way through. It doesn't matter. Either arm that's going through, You have to shove all the way through. Come down. All right, so first of all, this, there we go. So your ear needs to go on the tricep, on your hand. Get your left hand out of there. Get your left hand out of there. Get your ear on this tricep. Okay? Able to grip your hands. Just the neck. Now, apply your pressure. Don't go forward. In to him. Get your elbows together. So you're not keeping up it.
Okay, yep, trying to set up quicker.
Well, it's not, you're gonna have to step into it. Guys, you're not always going to get elbow deep all the time. You have to step into it, right? You get here, you set your position, then you may have to adjust, but you don't adjust until you've got your head trapping the tricep and your arm already under the neck, okay? Then you can let go of your gable grip, push the head, shove your arm through a little bit more, or push the head in your bicep. Either way or both. A strong, knowledgeable grappler is not going to allow you to do it, so you have to make it happen, right? Does that make sense? Okay, try it.
You want shots?
Okay. That means you're not far enough on the right.
So if I sink here, I get this.
It's the super short head. Look at your hand. One corner of your ear on the tricep. Okay, now.
I'm still hitting with the forearm.
Cross. Yeah, go all the way. I'm gonna lay down. Scoop my shoulder. Oh. Still not? Yeah. Okay. So you can go farther under. Okay.
Yeah.
This one's it's an inch off. Right?
That's it.
Inch off. All it is. Getting a little deeper with that. Okay? It's gonna take practice. But you're doing exactly the right thing. Right knee and choke knee. Just a tap. And we're gonna adjust. Okay? Abandon line.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, I can, do it.
You have to abandon line. Okay? You have to keep line in order to.
My arm is coming up under my chest. Because she's not getting it. You know what I mean? She's like trying to come down. I think she's not trying to,
All right, guys, let's try this. Let's try this, okay? Can't gonna borrow you. Head that way. All right. We're gonna come in. Hold, right? Track. I want to go here. All right. Before I do anything else, pull the arm. Oh, my arm now. I'm going to collapse it. Okay? Like you're trying to choke them with their own arm. Right? Choke your finger. Choke. Okay. So we'll try that way. Make it more successful. So again, you're taking the arm, you're bringing it across, so that it's under the jawline. Okay? And we're coming down, and you can even trap it inside of your hand. Okay? Let's try that. What you want to do? I think you try to run. Oh, sorry. I think you so far away as not.
So sorry.
Come on.
Shin hardening. That's exactly what it does feel like your jaw wants to explode.
Table grip. There you go. No, man, no. More choking.
More years, they're still right there.
They're still frame. A little bit of frame.
And on this one,
More choking is good. So, make sure it's under the jawline. And then, because we should forward and not supposed to be 1 foot high. Let me know how you agree. What you need to say.
and a bunch of spray.
Okay. This here? That's why it's good for you. No, stop. Here. You say yes. I'm putting my head here. You have it, and then you push my head more. What the heck is wrong? You push my head. Here, when you push no head, look at me, moving it. Move your ass away from his body. Right? So you're not trying to sit all the way in. Your knee is under your shoulder. As you walk, you keep this knee right here. You want me to check. Okay? Here, with the cable grip, post, this okay? So that, get your knee weight, get your hand and shoulder, right? Because you aren't doing anything there. You need to get away so you squeeze the hand. Is he getting any better with it? Okay. Chris, catch your breath. Yeah. Stop. What? What? Stop. Some of these older children. Please. Here. When this cross up to the college, this way. Using this. Across. Using this hand, scoop this here, and this arm, shoulders. That's when I do it. Or you can choke, or you can right now, you're getting the basics of it. You're trying to get too deep. That's correct. Yeah. All right, guys, time. So, this looks like one we gotta play with a little bit more, okay? I do want to move on to the escape from Mount, so you guys have an escape. And then Friday, we'll revisit this coat, okay? And we'll work on getting it in better from you guys, all right? But for now, we do need to move on, because we've got to have an escape from Mount. Does that make sense? There, Raiden. Oh, shit. So somehow, Raven got them out on me. Don't know how the hell that happened. Let's throw the button. So, bring your hips up a little bit. There we go. When you're in mount, you never sit on your opponent's hips. That's the fastest way to learn how to fly. When I'm on bottom, I'm not a dead fish. Right? I'm not Christ on the cross. I'm not Superman flying upside down. One knee up, one leg out. My elbows are close to my ribs. If my elbows are wide, he's going to take a high mount, right? And now I'm really fucked. There's nothing I can do from here because now I can't even get my arms in to try and defend, right? One up, one down, elbows are in, and I'm trying to defend against him moving up. But I want my elbows next to my ribs so that he cannot just bring his knees up and take a high mount, okay? Now from here, I'm gonna choose which way I'm gonna go. I am stronger going to my left, so I need to treat Raven like he's a table, right? When you take away table legs, what happens? The table becomes unstable, right? So if I take away a table leg on the left side, it's gonna tip to that corner. If I take away 2 legs on that side, it's gonna fall over, right? So I wanna go this way, I'm gonna grab an arm, right? I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna break his posture at this point. So I'll have the wrist, I'll have the elbow, and I'm gonna pin it to my chest. Now he can't sit back up because the arm is attached, right? If I wanna be an asshole, I'll grab the collar and break him down even more. I'm gonna trap the foot on the same side. This foot comes in, and this is where you can try and defend by kicking my foot out, but so I can't bridge, right? I'm gonna big bridge, get my ass off of the ground, and come up into closed guard. Okay? Easy peasy. One more time. Okay. Oh, and then we'll take care of the mom. We'll take care of your mom. Yeah. No. Yep. All right. So here, I get the arm. Pull it down here. I'm gonna grab the collar to try and stop him from posturing back up. Grab the foot. I'm in, big bridge. Right over. Okay? Everybody got it? On 2 on 2. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Grab the arms and hit it. Brody, if you're just gonna fall over like that, you can do other bad shit. Give me your foot, that foot. There we go. Roll up. There we go. Down on the ground with heads. Once you set it across, jump across your sweep. It was all intentional. I saw this. It doesn't matter which one is up or down, as long as one is up or down. It's like the pick your side. And if you want his posture, hey, Rich. What do you what? I just don't care. Hey. Yes. We have to get behind his neck. Get your elbow. Now you got his posture go. Trap that foot on the same side. Big bridge and go. Get your butt up high, right? I know it's not easy to do, but you need to bridge high up over your shoulder. Okay? Trying to gator roll at this point is not going to be any good. Got to get up high. That's where my foot is. Guys, make sure we are bridging. That's a bridge. Don't make me go through like with you guys like I did with kids. Right? I don't want to see gator rolls here. I don't want to see you just rolling over. We're not dogs. We don't do tricks like that. Okay? We are bridging. Get your ass off of the ground. Brody, one leg up, one leg down. Oh, right. Yes. You go in this direction. All right. This is the bridge point. Okay. If you were going to grab up in the column, elbow here. Right elbow in the space. Right. Right. Don't keep it really together. There's a long side. You come up on that shoulder. Good bridge. All right. Keep close to your butt. All right. Keep close to your butt. Hold the feet. Make sure that your butt. Roll to that shoulder. That's what you have to do. Do it again. You used to have it on the back. Do it again. So long as you're and then the other shoulder.
I'm saying, like, if I want to cram it, now we're going to take close to your butt.
Come closer to get my feet.
Okay, elbow to the left.
The higher I can get my hips, the better.
Don't do that. Me.
Oh,
That's what you're gonna have to do. Just look right there. Yeah. We just roll. There you go. You have to get your hips up. You have to get your hips up. I'm gonna ride you and then I'm gonna wear you the fuck out if you don't get your hips up.
say it even more, or you can say it even more aggressive, because you're always right.
Chris, if you're gonna grab behind, walk the elbow to your wrist. Okay? All you gotta do is just twist it. You don't gotta curl for the girls, just walk the elbow down. If that elbow stays wide, hooked up. Right? And now you're gonna be able to fight that grip, okay? And then you're probably gonna have a head and arm charge. You're gonna suck balls through, right? But you don't have to do the collar grip. You can keep him down without the collar, that's fine. I like it for posture, okay? Okay. Big bridge, big bridge.
You bridge?
All right, guys, everybody stop. I want one person on their back, one person in mount. One person on their back, one person in mount. Go. Person on top, I want you sitting just above the hip line. So sit where the belt is at. Be heavy.
I didn't even.
Person on bottom, I want you to do nothing more than bridge. Bridge straight to the ceiling. Go. All right, set it back down. Bridge and put your butt back down. Bridge. Put your butt back down. Bridge and put your butt down. Bridge. 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 Get your butt in the air. All right, change roles. You're sitting across his belt.
It's somewhere in there.
Person on bottom. Bridge. 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 Good. Relax. Relax. Let me dismount. All right. So now you all know how effective just getting your ass off the ground is, right? Can't put it back home. If I take mount on camp, I'm a heavy fucker, right? I'm gonna pinch my knees, I'm gonna be heavy here, right? If he does not get his ass off of the ground and he tries to move, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna shift my hips, I'm like give him a little bit of space, right? And he's gonna get fucking tired because I'm just gonna sit and drop my weight on him. But if he gets his ass off of the ground, I don't have a choice but to move my hands and my posture, or I'm going to fall off of him. Right? Does that make sense? It is imperative that you get your ass off the ground. If all you're doing is this half-ass little you're going to be fucking tired, you're going to get choked out, you're going to get your ass kicked. You come back in here all bruised up and bloody. It's bullshit. You don't teach me any of these fucking words. No, you're a shit student because you don't listen to what I tell you to do. Right? I would probably never tell you that in real life. I'd be bummed that you got your ass kicked, but then you would do nothing but weight work with hip thrusts or have Brody take mount on you until you can fuck him off. Okay? It is possible. But you have to do the work, okay? You are not going to escape these bad positions by half-assing your escapes, okay? You have to get your hips off the ground. That drill shows you what it's like. He picked your ass up pretty good, didn't he? You picked him up pretty good, didn't you? But when you go to trap that foot, not only you go back to your training partner, why don't you get on your back, let me take them out. Don't even worry about the arm. Trap the leg. Now bridge over that shoulder. Do you see how that works? Right? Go the other way so you don't end up busting someone's face on the wood. Go back. Go back where you were. All right, go ahead. Bridge. Come all the way over. Come all the way over. If you can.
You let my foot go.
Hold on. The foot trap.
You let my foot
Yeah. And then just big bridge over the shoulder. Over the shoulder. You can do this without the arm. Change rolls and do it again. Now, Brody's posting out of it, right? And he's got a bit of a weight difference going on with Griffin. Change rolls. Same thing. Don't use the hands, just trap the leg. Big bridge over the shoulder. Over the shoulder. So you're coming close, Jason. You're coming close, right? There's a weight difference here as well.
That was,
But there's.
you gotta fucking sissy fucking difference. You gotta actually put
So you see how this is effective for legs, even without, there you go, see?
that was a
You
good
get a good pop,
That's what happens.
they're going over, right? Good, so I just want you guys to see what's possible when you execute your steps properly, okay? It's pretty cool, right? So as long as we do it the right way, this shit's gonna work. It's when we start shortcutting or letting our brain that's telling us, God damn, this dude's heavy. I'm fucking tired. I'm too out of shape for this shit. Okay? When we let our brain and our limiting beliefs dictate what we do, we get stopped from doing what we're capable of. Think about that. That applies to life as well as jiu-jitsu. Okay? All right, let's get lined up.